Nemo. You gotta find his ass. Finding Nemo, you gotta find him. That boy come ready.
What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, I got some news for you guys. It looks like Timothy Bradley is scheduled to make his return to the ring sometime in December. Now, it is not 100%, but from what I'm hearing, it looks like Timothy Bradley, after a loss to Pacquiao in the rematch, is most likely going to face Diego Chaves, who just recently had a controversial fight with Brandon Rios. I want to give you guys my thoughts on Timothy Desert Storm Bradley and just what I think about this fight. Now, as far as Bradley Diego Chaves, I like it. We all know that Timothy Bradley is not the biggest puncher at welterweight or even at 140, but he's currently fighting at welterweight. However, he makes up for that with intelligence, ring IQ, and just overall the willingness and drive to win and that winner spirit. You know what I mean? I feel he wants to do good. He wants to have a good showing when he steps in the ring. Comes in shape. I don't recall him quitting in a fight, anything like that. And there's plenty of fights where he probably could have quit. You know what I mean? The Pacquiao fight when he rolled his fucking ankles. The Ruslan Provodnikov when he was getting steamrolled in the first 2 rounds. Some guys, they're not built for that. They're not built for adversity like that. Victor Ortiz being one of them. Victor Ortiz in the Maidana fight, he knocked Maidana down 3 times, what a lot of people forget. But he ended up quitting. He was just like, I'm a young guy. I don't deserve to get beat up like this. And you don't get that from Timothy Bradley. That's why I really fuck with Timothy Bradley. I like him. Win or lose, whatever you think about the Pacquiao fights. Thought the first fight was definitely closer than what people made it. I did have Pacquiao winning both of those fights, but I didn't think Pacquiao looked good in the first fight. As far as the second fight, I thought Timothy Bradley fought a dumb fight. The first half, he was clearly winning, and he was clearly ahead. He even lifted Pacquiao up with his no power. But it's like he punched himself out, or he got a little bit too gung-ho trying to knock Pacquiao out, which was a dumb game plan, and he failed to adapt, which was really weird for him to know he doesn't have power, to be winning the first half of the fight, and it's just like his game plan just fell to shit. So some of it might have been Pacquiao, who knows. But Pacquiao definitely won both fights to me. The first fight, neither fighter just looked great to me. I've seen better performances from them. So he's looking to get back in the winners column. He was undefeated. Now he has 1 loss to Pacquiao, arguably 2, depending on who you ask. Diego Chaves is a game competitor. He gave Keith Thurman fits, made Keith Thurman do some adjustment. And we know Keith Thurman has power, so it looks like Diego Chaves has a pretty solid chin. He also fought recently Brandon Rios, who also is known for having power and a relentless style. That fight was a bit hard to watch for me, just because it was all over the place. The ref was kind of trying to interject himself. There was some dirty tactics on both parts, and then it ended in a disqualification. So it was a fight I was really looking forward to. I thought it could be potential fight of the year, and it turned out to be shit based on everything that took place. So hopefully, I think this will be a more controlled fight if Timothy Bradley does fight him. The video played at the beginning, that's Timothy Bradley. He's already begun training for his to-be-announced, to-be-determined opponent. He did pick up some weight from the eye test, and from what I've heard, it looks like he gained some weight, which is he's known to do. After the Pacquiao loss, the Pacquiao win, the first fight, they said he ballooned up to maybe like 180, 185 or something like that. So he's a pretty big dude. I have faith that he can get in shape just based on his age and based on his work ethic. And I've never not seen him ripped at the weigh-ins, you know what I'm saying? So I think he'll shed the weight off. It's still not good, in my opinion, for fighters to fluctuate so much. Guys like Bernard Hopkins, guys like Floyd Mayweather, who stay pretty fit and trim throughout the year, no matter if they have a fight or not. I really respect that, and I think that's the safer route for fighters, as long as they're active at least, because that fluctuation could come to hurt you later in your career and that kind of stuff, especially as you get older. Some of the things you do as a teenager or when you're younger, in your younger years, you can't necessarily do as an adult. As far as the matchup, if Diego Chaves is the actual candidate, like I said, I don't think Diego Chaves and Bradley will be the same type of affair. Bradley and Rios pretty much have different styles. Rios has a relentless nagging style, and he's going to stay on top of you. He could take a punch, he could take a shot. Diego Chaves looks like he was trying to create space, so he's clinching and stuff. It's just a different ball game. Rios has more power than Bradley. But one thing that's impressive to me about Timothy Bradley is, for the lack of power that he possesses, he's a feisty little bugger, and he doesn't necessarily always fight like he has no power. Like when he was fighting Ruslan in the middle rounds, or even the first 2 rounds, like if you watch it, he was damn near out on his feet getting lumped up by a power puncher in Ruslan Provodnikov, and he was banging and throwing as he's up against the ropes, as if he had this monstrous power, like he has one fight or one punch fight altering power, and he doesn't. So Bradley, he's a mixed bag. You know what I mean? You never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes he brawls a bit, probably more than he should. With Pacquiao, he did it in the second fight. Sometimes he boxes smart, which he did against Marquez, because he knew he couldn't make the same mistakes that he made with Ruslan, or he'll get knocked out by the veteran Juan Manuel Marquez. So leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. If Diego Chaves Timothy Bradley is announced, are you a fan of that fight? I like it much better than Miguel Cotto and Bradley. They were talking about that early. I think that's a fight that really shouldn't happen. Cotto, who went up to middleweight, got a title off Sergio Martinez, who says he's not going under 154 anymore for the remainder of his career. It just made no sense to bring a guy up off of a loss to a catchweight of 155 or 157 or whatever the fuck they were talking about. Why would a middleweight be fighting a guy who's never fought over 147 as a professional fighter? It doesn't really make sense, especially when the guy is not known for having power. So I wasn't really looking forward to that particular fight. Made a video about it. Let me know what you guys think. Timothy Bradley, Desert Storm. Who do you favor in the fight with Diego Chaves if it is announced? Who else do you want to see him fight? Do you want to see him fight Keith Thurman? What do you want to see next for Timothy Bradley? Make sure you like my video. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.